Hello and welcome to my MI Gardener seed haul. We're at the end of August right now, and I took advantage of some sales and really stocked up, partly because I am planning to do a lot of direct sowing in the fall for next year's garden. And so I'm going to go through what's actually 3 orders today. This first one over here I actually ordered earlier. There was a 25% off sale, and so that's what I did my first order, which came in a little while ago. So what do we have? I'm going to separate these into what I plan to sow in the fall and stuff that will be sown later. So this first one here, we've got the rainbow carrots. This is something we've grown before in one of our first gardening years. This was before I even knew MI Gardener existed, so it was a different company. But so this will be fall sowing. Got white icicle radish. I actually had intended to get some daikon radish for my daughter, but they were out of stock, so I got these ones instead. So this would be a winter sowing. White egg turnip. This would also be for winter sowing. Assorted mixed beets. Another winter sowing one, and I like to have a lot of variety on this stuff. Now, I got Ford Hook Giant and Rainbow Swiss Chard. These will also be for winter sowing. We've grown both of these varieties before, and on a good year, they do really well. We haven't had a good year recently. Tricolor mixed bean. This is something we've also grown before. I don't know what the individual varieties are, but that's okay. So I actually, we found that purple everything does really well over here compared to the green and the yellow. So I'm hoping we'll have some good bush beans. This past year we've had like nothing, but this is spring sowing, so I'll put that over here. Oh, kohlrabi. I should have, there we go, 2 kohlrabi. We did fall sowing with kohlrabi, with old kohlrabi seeds. I've been trying to grow them for years without success. For the first time, we got kohlrabi, and I'm so happy. So we will be fall sowing these, winter sowing these from now on. Let's see, what else? So we got 2 varieties of spinach, Giant Noble and American. I used up all of my old spinach seeds when I did the fall sowing last year. They did really well in the spring, and well, I was out of seed, so we now have more spinach seed, fall sowing. Green scallop Bennings squash. We've grown patty pan squash before and have had mixed results. We've been trying to grow the white scallop squash with like no luck. It takes so long to germinate and so long to develop. I'm hoping these ones will do better. And then we have yellow scallop squash, as we just like scallop squash. Okay, bunching onion. I'm thinking we might be able to do winter sowing with these. Bulb onions we wouldn't be able to do, but we would be able to do with bunching onions. I've tried to grow a red variety before, and it utterly failed. So maybe, just maybe, by winter sowing instead of starting seeds indoors in like February is what we would need to do. We might actually have bunching onions. So that'll be over here. This is my fun thing for the year. Bicolor pear gourds. So that'll be for the spring. Gill's golden pippin squash. They just seemed really adorable. So this is for starting indoors and spring sowing. And then we have candy corn sweet. I've got short season corn already. They're only I think 55 days for the variety I have. These ones are 80 to 90 days. so we don't have to worry about cross-pollination. So this is for the spring. Spring blush pea. Peas can actually be sown in the fall, so that's probably what I'll be doing. I'll sow these in the fall. Borage. So we're increasing our herb garden and that sort of thing, and just collecting more seeds. I'll have to learn more about these before. Start indoors 2 to 3 weeks before last frost. Direct sow after last frost. Well, we'll see. I'll decide later whether or not this is going to be fall or spring sowing. And then we have a packet for collecting our own seeds. Now, I got 2 more packages today. There was a 40% off sale, and I placed an order and ended up placing another order the very next day. So, this is what we have. Garbanzo bush beans. I did not know those could grow here. These are a good nitrogen fixer, and 85 to 120 days to maturity, 2 to 3 weeks before last frost. So we'll see how these work out. So this would be a spring sowing. And this I just got because they're freaking adorable. Look at that, tiny, tiny little tomatoes. They remind me of the spoon tomatoes that we've been growing, and they're like the only tomatoes that are really doing well this year. And so we're going to try this variety. This will be for spring sowing. I don't know if we'll actually do it this year or another year, so I'll just set that over here. Oh, definitely got to try these. Blueberries tomato. This is something my family is looking forward to. There's only 10 seeds in there, so definitely we'll be saving seeds from these, assuming they work out. So this is spring sowing. All right, yes, I got more chard. Yellow Swiss chard, so I just, nice color. So I'll add these where my other chards. I'll add these to the other chards over there. Lemon squash. We've had the worst luck with summer squash lately, so I'm hoping different varieties will do better. This year, what summer squash we have, we've just the white scallop squash, we got nothing, and some zucchini. We've picked all of 2 this year, so I'm hoping these will do better. So this is spring sowing. Black futsu squash. I just really like to try different types of winter squash. I'm always looking for a good storage squash. And these 110 days, so we'll need to start them. Direct sow when soil is workable. These will be started indoors. So we'll have that in here. Early prolific straight neck squash. So 85 days. Yeah, we could direct sow these if we wanted to. That's a summer squash. Yes, I got more white turnips. I kind of forgot that I already got one variety of white turnips, and now I have another variety of white turnips. So let's just put these together. And the daikon radish, they were back in stock. So I picked up more daikon radish because I have a daughter that loves them. So that goes there. That'll be winter sowing. Hailstone radish. I ended up on the white theme this year for some reason. So with radishes, we'll be planting them in the fall because I'm actually after their pods more than I am for the radishes themselves. But with these varieties, well, I don't know, maybe my family will like them. Personally, I don't like radishes, but I do like the pods, which was a nice surprise. All right, different variety of peas. This will also be in the winter sowing pile. Golden sweet, 60 days. So we'll give this a try, just a new variety to try. I really want to grow watermelon, but we've had, well, this year was just terrible for melons and squash in general. They just stalled, everything stalled. So sweet Siberian watermelon, this would be for in the summer. Another variety of melon, Tigger. They're very tiny, and they're only 90 days to maturity. So this should be really interesting. I'm looking forward to trying these. Chicory. Again, this is another one for our herb garden, but also chicory has a number of benefits, one of them being used as a coffee substitute. So this is something I just want to try. My parents used to buy the chicory coffee when I was a kid. But so let's put this with the herbs. Summer savory. I'm going to give this a try, starting them indoors. See how well they work. I've had very little luck with starting herbs indoors, so I'm hoping to have better luck in the future. Here's another one, fennel. I've tried to grow fennel before. I think I just transplanted them into a very bad spot. Not enough light, but we've been working on the area a lot, and we'll probably the old kitchen garden is going to become our kitchen garden, so it's going to be mostly herbs and stuff like this. So we'll see how that works out. Eggplant. Trying another new variety of eggplant. Again, we ended up with a white thing, and just something new to try. 75 days to maturity. Start indoors 6 to 8 weeks before last frost. So we'll see how these work out. And cabbage. Purple Savoy cabbage. I've been planning on growing cabbages for a while now, and these would be something that I could winter sow. So I'm going to put on this side, but I may not actually grow them this year. It all depends on how much growing space we have at the end of the year. So that was my second order. And now we're into a much larger order. Wow, okay. It's bigger than I imagined when I placed it. All right, first one, Golden Boy celery. I haven't tried growing celery before, but apparently it does work all right over here. And I don't know if it's 6 to 8 weeks before last frost. Okay, so I'll put that with the spring sowing. I got 2 of these. Waxicon green dent corn. Probably will not grow them this year because it depends on how much room I have. But these are a corn that we would be growing specifically to save seeds so that eventually we'll be growing them to make our own corn flour. Because this is not meant, dent corn is not really for fresh eating. Though I suppose you can eat it fresh. But so I'll add this to this pile here, I guess. So probably not this year. I ended up with more corn. So here we have Stowell Evergreen. So I got 2 packs of this white corn. 90 to 100 days. Direct sow 1 week after last frost. So that would be planting it in like the 2nd week of June. And we would not have that many days. So we'd probably plant this under a cover of some kind. But again, I'm not sure if we'll grow them this year, next year or not. We'll see. Yes, we have more peas. Tom Thumb Dwarf. This is a short variety. And once again, this can be winter sown. And doesn't need any trellising or anything like that. So I'm going to add this over here. I got 2 packages of this one. Because only 25 seeds per packet, so I figured may as well. California Wonder Bell. This year seems to be a bad year for peppers, but we've been able to grow peppers and get like really excellent results. So we'll see how these turn out. If I remember correctly, I picked this one specifically because of its described as having very thick walls. So this would be for summer. Okay, I'll put this. What do we got? Oh, all right. So, Rouge Vif de Stump Cinderella pumpkin. Just a new variety pumpkin I wanted to try. Might grow them next year. Not sure. We'll see. And Hubbard squash. I've got so many winter squash seeds, and it's just been really hard to grow winter squash. I'm really hoping to finally get some. Well, we had a really good year last year, and that was with a mix, and so we don't know what we actually got. And then the next year there was nothing, and previous years there was nothing. Oh look, it's more squash, butternut squash. So this is one that is supposed to be particularly good and tasty. It's specifically a Canadian heirloom, so it should do fine here. 90 to 100 days. direct sow when soil is workable. We'll see how that works out. All right. So we got more tomatoes, chocolate stripes. This is just something new to try. I'm not sure if we'll do it next year or not, but we'll see. So there's that. And there should be, how many of these? Okay, so more tomatoes. This is the Manitoba tomato. My mother actually grew these here when I was a kid. I never paid attention because I was too little. But this is the variety she tells me she grew, so I know it does grow here. So we'll see how that works out. All right. Orange flesh honeydew. I got some green flesh honeydew last year, tried to grow it this year, but none of our melons did well at all. So we still have seeds from the green flesh honeydew. Now we have orange flesh honeydew. We'll see how these melons work out. Where are their melons? Okay. And then we have canary yellow melon. It's another variety to try. It's only 80 days to maturity. So hopefully we'll be able to successfully grow these. And let's see. Oh, yep. Hale's Best Jumbo Cantaloupe. Another melon variety to try. See how those work out. And we saved our own onion seeds before and planted them, but we didn't start them indoors. So I did. They just didn't have enough time to grow and mature. So we got no onions this year. We have lots of baby onions all over the place. But so with that in mind, red Weathersfield, we've grown before, tried to grow before, and weird things happen. So I'm going to try them again. Red Longoff Torpilla is a variety we've tried before, and it did really well. So I'm looking forward to trying these. But instead of winter sowing them, we will start them in the spring. Or, well, for onions, we would be starting them in like February. Oh, and we have another bean, Gold Rush Wax Bush Bean. I picked these up because we were pretty much out of yellow bush beans, and I just want to have extra. And the tri-pack that I got, where it's over here, doesn't have a lot of seeds in it, so more is always good. And now, let's see, more for the herbs. Got tarragon, anise. Okay, so that's tarragon and anise for herbs, so that will be in here to go in our budding kitchen garden. I got some bachelor's buttons in 2 different colors for the pollinators. I think we could winter sow these, but I'm not sure. I'll put these over here with the herbs. And then we have a meadow wildflower mix. I have several areas that are somewhat denuded, and I want to get some wildflowers in there for the pollinators. So hopefully, we've tried 2 years in a row now, and they just didn't work. So hopefully we'll finally get something. So that's in there. Oh, another herb. Caraway. I didn't know we could grow caraway here, but it turns out we can. So we'll try that. And then we have more of the fun experiments. One is coffee seeds. Yes, I got coffee. It's Arabica. And this is something that would be grown in a pot. And we would have it outside in the summer and then bring it indoors for the winter. So this is actually for my daughters, and this is a coffee plant that is not ornamental. You can actually grow coffee beans out of it. So that will be over. I'll put them here. This, I got a couple of packets. We don't have the space to grow anything like this. Triticale. This is something to have for making flour in the future. And so I've got a couple of things like this, but at some point we'll have a space where we can plant grains like this for making our own flour and that sort of thing. So this will be for another year. And I don't know if we'll be able to try it this year, but yes, I got rice. I had no idea we could grow rice here either. Apparently, you just need to keep it in a place that, like, it doesn't need a rice paddy to grow. Plants will grow as long as they are kept damp and well watered. Once plants reach the 4-leaf stage, continuously flood 2 to 3 inches until mature. So we'll probably grow this in. I have a kiddie pool that I turned into a low raised bed, so it's got drainage holes, but it doesn't drain that quickly, so we might try growing it in there. This is an experiment, and again, I don't know if we'll try it for this year, meaning next year's garden. And but I would just really like to see what it's like to grow rice, because I just never expected that we could do that here. And that's it. That is our M.I. Gardener seed haul. Okay, see if I can move this so you can see the rest of it. There we are. Somewhat. So those came in today, and oh, wait a minute. There's one more. Cosmos. I got these because it's a color that is more uncommon. I have some Cosmos growing right now. They haven't bloomed yet, but they are really big and healthy so far. And Cosmos is something my mother used to grow all the time over here. So I do know Cosmos grow here very well. So that is added to the flowers. There we go. That is our M.I. Gardener seed haul. Got a nice, decent amount here. That will be for winter sowing. And then a whole bunch for spring or spring sowing or starting indoors. And a few things for future years instead of our 2026 garden. Okay, so just to recap, this bunch here, these are all seeds that we can plant in the fall for next year. Let those overwinter. And this bunch over here, this is all things that would need to be started in the spring, either indoors or direct sown, including one extra that will be in a pot. And then we have over here the herbs and flowers. So hopefully we have, or will have, a really excellent start to the garden next year.